Greetings. So, in this video, we will talk a little bit about uric acid today. Um, it's a little surprising to talk about uric acid pathway within immunology, but there's some immunological, rheumatological diseases such as gout, where this uh, this physiology comes into play. So let's kind of dive in and talk about it. So uric acid. So the body has uric acid in it. So the question is, how does it come to pass? 80% of uric acid is because of cells dying. And when they die, the DNA and RNA in the human cells, which contain purine, disintegrates and gives us purines. Okay? Now, the other 20% of contribution is made through the diet. So you have purines that you consume in the diet. And if you have increased purines in the diet, you're going to have increased uric acid. So what are some of the dietary sources of purines? So if you drink alcohol, beans, if you eat beans, if you eat red meat, if you eat oily fish, these are some of the things that are high in purines. Um, so how do I remember it? Um, and these are things that I used to eat when I used to go to the Mexican restaurant. So alcohol, beans, and red meat. Right, and that's just like I said, it's just a mnemonic for me. You guys can use whichever one you want to. And then that actually gives you purines. So again, whether it be the cells that are dying or purines that are consumed in the diet. You get purines. This is converted into hypoxanthine and xanthine through an enzyme called xanthine oxidase, which is produced in the liver. Okay, you get uric acid, and that uric acid is excreted in the kidneys in the urine. Okay, so let's just do some thinking now, which is usually fun. So, what are some of the times when we can have an increase in uric acid value in our body, or uric acid in our body can increase? So remember, 80% of the contributor is cell death. So if too many cells die, so let's say if I have cancer and I get chemotherapy and that kills a bunch of my cells, they're all going to release these purines that are going to give me lots and lots of uric acid. Okay. Well, what if I eat too much of these purine-rich foods? Remember that 20%? Again, I'll get a lot of purines. Okay. Well, what excretes uric acid or urates? And that's kidneys. So what if kidneys stop excreting it and it's too little excretion? Because let's say the kidney function is down. That'll up the purines in the body because they're going to get accumulated. And last but not the least, if there's defects in the enzyme that cause excessive conversion into uric acid, now you're going to see a lot of uric acid in the body. Okay. And so that's actually the very simple, quick, useful physiology when it comes to uric acid. How does it get formed? 80% is contributed by cell death and 20% through diet and alcohol, red beans and red meat, and then oily fish. And then the purines get converted to uric acid through xanthine oxidase in the liver, and you get uric acid, which is then excreted by the kidneys in the urine. And We talked a little bit about uh, if there are too many cells that die, you get a lot of purines. If you eat too much purines, you get a lot of purines. If kidneys don't excrete, then there's a buildup of uric acid. And last but not the least, if there's enzymatic defect, that may lead to increased production of uric acid.